Good afternoon. This is Mamo, aka Auntie Makoko. This is Auntie Makoko. I'm a spiritual life coach, doula, herbalist, priestess, healer, Mapachupe, amongst all the other things that I do through God's grace. And this is a bonus video towards my free course on self-love. So this is in addition to Class 3 being my womb that I posted this past Monday. Because there's so much more to go into it, I just thought I'd just add this extra video to give better reference and better direction. So in Class 3, this was my womb being the topic, correct? So let me just get into it. It's a bonus class, and it's for me to explain why sex affects our finances. We've heard about it. We've been told a couple of times about it. How sex affects our pockets. Sleeping with certain people affects your pockets, and all of that. Hence why more and more of us have gotten into the habit or ritual of cleansing and steaming after intercourse. So just as per usual, womb, we're just going to go back to the definition of the word womb. It was a hollow organ, if I'm remembering correctly, a hollow organ where babies are conceived. So conceiving is making of something. So I went on to look for the definition of the word creation. And it says cause to exist, appoint to a new rank or position, in slang, make an angry fuss. And then went on for the adjective of the word create, which is creative, imagination, or inventive. So creation, to cause to exist. So if you are creating and you are causing to exist, it means a womb also represents or also gives the energy of creation. Besides it just making babies, every organ, besides what it's there for, its job also creates the energy, right? Hence, if you haven't been looking after your heart because you've been dealing with a certain emotion in a certain way, it can lead to a heart attack, right? You feeling towards a certain person can cause them harm or good. So it goes with prayer and what others might call witchcraft or dark magic towards someone. It's all based on a feeling, which is also based to an organ, which is based to the human body, which is based to creation. So the womb being a place that causes an energy that causes things to exist, that brings things to be. So womb is the energy. The womb brings, or should I say, sexual organ brings the energy of creation, especially from a female, because our energy is that. A female's energy is to produce, is to nurture, is to make things or to bring things to bloom. It's the bed for things that are to grow, if that makes sense. So I'm going to go on to explaining it in a form also just with reference to chakras. We have 7 chakras: root chakra, sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye, and the crown. So with chakras, it doesn't start from the top. We somehow make the mistake of thinking that it all starts from the top to the bottom, whereas it actually starts from the bottom to the top. It's like with nature, it's actually from the bottom to the top. But at the end of the day, they both actually work with each other. So the sacral chakra, is the second chakra. So it's the second most important part. This is where things start. So it makes sense that why it would be the second chakra. So the womb or sexual activity being based around the sacral chakra. It is important for us to be aware of what we are doing and what we are attracting to the space of this type of energy. Because if it's the sacral chakra, that means there's a lot that goes into it. I mean, anything that has to do with sacred means it's something to be looked after, even to a level of religion or spirituality. So the sacral chakra is the center of emotions, feelings, and it stimulates pleasure, plays an active role in our sexuality, and expression of our sexual needs and desires. So if the if the sacral chakra or the womb is the mother of all creation, do you not think it's important that we be mindful of what we put in it? Now knowing how important our bodies are, how important your vagina is, let me move away from just saying womb. Your vagina, because that's how we just look at it all. Just say vagina. That is how important, and your vagina is that sacral. And it is still not a way of us stopping women from expressing their sexual freedom. But there's nothing free in being ignorant and reckless. There's no freedom in being ignorant and reckless too. So remember, one of the rituals I had for class 3 of MyWomb was number 2. Number 2 of the rituals was have conscious coitus, have conscious sex or intercourse. And I'm going to further get into it by explaining this part. Now, having conscious coitus is, firstly, you have to want to have sex with this person. So for you to want to have sex with this person, it means you have done enough research to understand where they stand mindfully, where they stand emotionally, where they also stand financially. Because remember, I said the 3 hearts are your mind, your heart, and your sacral chakra, which is the womb. So if all these 3 parts of this person are understood, firstly, it's a good start, right? You first have to want and desire that person, because you are also seeing how your sexuality, spirituality, and emotions can feed off of that person or grow from that person, right? So lust should also be a mindful thing. It shouldn't. Lust isn't just you just wanting something just because you want it. Lust is firstly wanting something desirable, desiring something. But if you put more energy into your lust, there'd be better results out of it. That's what I'm saying in this context, right? So firstly, it has to be someone that you want. It has to be something that you want to do at that time, at that point. You have to want to have that sex. But now here's the twist in it. How also I'm explaining this to just further explain how having conscious coitus can help you make more money. So these are the 3 things you have to be aware of. It has to be sex that you want to have with someone that you want to have at a time that you want to have it with, a very conscious time that you want to have it. So it's not something that just happens just like that. It can be something, yes, you can do it with, you don't have to really be on par with that person, but it is very vital, right? Because you can still go with that intention of saying, I'm gonna have this coitus because I want this and this and this to manifest out of this sex, especially for someone you've had sex with and you really get along with them. It's not a matter of them having everything in their life sorted out or on track. If there's a connection between you and this genuine connection between you and this person, and the coitus doesn't leave you feeling exhausted or drained, you can still approach this coitus with this person having the intentions of using that coitus to not just have sex just to say it's fun, but you're using that energy and that effort and that sacral energy to create and manifest the things that you are working on, or the things that you've been working and praying on. The reason why I'm not showing my face today, as well as because I've come down with something. It feels like flu, but it's not really flu. So I'm feeling way better than yesterday because I was man down yesterday. So I'm not in the mood to set up and do all of that. But I have been beckoned to just send these messages out today because we don't know what tomorrow holds. So it is important for you to use your sexuality to get what you want from the universe. I almost said university. So it's important to use sex, or your sexuality rather, to get what you want from the universe. Sex is a waste if it's only used for you to get something else. Like if you only use sex to get money from someone, if you only use it to get, I don't know, an upper hand on someone. Feminine divine is still, it is calm, it is kind, it is smart. So being smart about things is understanding your power and how you can use it to your advantage. So as I said, it doesn't have to be someone who's really on par with you. Consent does really matter. It is very important. It can still work, but it can only mostly relate to genuine intentions of that connection with that person. Otherwise it won't work. So another way for it to work best is for the consensual discussion between you and this person to say, and for them to understand that, you know, that this is what sex can bring me. But it can work better if you are also aware of this and we both discuss what we are each trying to manifest for our lives individually. So if we just have a conversation about that before we have sex, to say, you know, we are having this session for this, then it's not just sex anymore. It's more a ritual. It's more a prayer. So this bonus video is to elaborate and to add on to class 3 of MyWomb, in explaining how your womb affects your finances, and also to touch base on how your sexuality can bring you more money too. So it's not just a video to bring fear, it's also a video to bring hope and understanding. So yeah, that's it. That's today's video. Very short and simple. And again, disclaimer, this is not me saying these work for everyone. These are still my personal experiences, because I have to share from a personal point of view, an experience point of view, so that, I mean, my work does make sense too. As much as I am a spiritual life coach, a certified spiritual life coach at that, these videos are not the end all and be all. If you feel you still need professional help, please do seek that professional help out. And this is also just to promote people just doing the needed work for themselves, to better themselves. It's not taking anything away from the extra aid that would come with professional institutions, or that could be Western or even traditional. But this is also for people to start taking accountability. It's just one of those tools that people can use for that. Otherwise, holler at someone who can help you further when this is not the end all and be all. And these can assist where possible, where applied. I do offer these services, but for now, for the winter season, as it is a season of stillness, this is the first winter where I'm actually choosing to not really fully work. And I had hoped that I wouldn't work throughout this whole winter. However, Spirit was like, hey, you need to carry on with the elderly people. So I'm still doing my healing massages for the elderly people. But then otherwise, I'm not dealing with any clients this winter. So I'll be back doing my spiritual life coaching sessions, the one-on-one sessions, I think in August. So from August, I will be taking clients for those sessions. However, people can start booking for them, because I have I will be having a bit of a backlog by then, so people can start booking now. Sorry, that was someone was trying to call me. But then just remember to always put yourself first. Always put yourself first, and put yourself in healthy circumstances and healthy situations. Take the time to understand what works for you and what doesn't work for you. But just a quick reflection on all the classes that we've done so far. These all link in with each other. If you are not aware of how your mind works, of how your heart works, and how your body works, especially your womb and what it means, it makes no sense in just having sex, in doing the biggest act of it all, which is having sex. We've been having sex without really understanding what we're really doing. And once we reach a point that, especially us as women, we understand what sex really is and what it does, we're going to start honoring our bodies better, and we're going to start educating our men on why it is important for sex to be had at certain times. And I think one of the things I mentioned even last week in one of the rituals was to have sex when you really want to, when you're in the emotional state too. There's no such thing as make up sex. There's no such thing. Making up is conversation. Making up is fixing an issue. And then sex is either for reproduction, which is making a human being, or for connection. That's what sex is for. So this is where sperm retention comes in, where if a woman and a man can have sex with sperm retention, where the man or the male is able to retain his sperm, then that sex is just for manifestation. We will just be having that coitus to create things into being in our lives. So yes, Auntie Magoko is out for now. Next video will be my altar, and I'll just be touching on the basics of building your own altar, i.e. Msamo. Yes, i.e. Msamo. So that's class 4, and I will be dropping it on Monday, I think. But the latest would be Monday. Otherwise, if I feel to drop it tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow, so that Monday maybe can be a day for me to rest and maybe just focus on my studies. But then that's it for today. So this is the first bonus class for the course. So I will be adding if I feel I need to. But this is a bonus class of our self-love free course and spiritual coaching course. So this is a bonus class for MyWomb, and the whole course is 7 classes. So we are about to enter class 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then 7. So these will be happening on a consecutive basis, or whenever I feel I need to post a video until they are all done. And then that will be my offering for this winter to all my sisters out there in their journey of self-love. And this is my offering back to the universe and to the Almighty, who gave me this purpose and this work to do and to follow. So have a blessed evening, have a restful weekend, be kind to others, be kind to yourself. Just listen more, be grateful more, be more mindful, and don't act on your emotions. Don't give your opinions where they're not needed. Actually, your opinion doesn't matter anymore. Like, it's all about what you choose to do with certain actions, choosing to either be in it or not be in it. That's all that matters. So please take care of yourselves. This is Auntie Magoko Mamu out.